Hey, what is up, everybody? It is Josh Thomas here from the Bit Block. Welcome to a really stupid discussion where a bunch of grown men talk about what the prettiest Disney princesses are. Of course, I'm joined by RogersBase.
What is going on, everybody? And I can't wait to educate the world on the beauty of the movie Frozen.
Well, Elsa and Anna in particular.
In particular, Elsa.
You do realize that Olaf is not a princess, and we won't be talking about him today, right?
How about let it go for
I'm
a
out.
second?
You didn't tell me that.
And I'm also joined by Mr. Dan Gosselin, the co-star of the Fruit Salad podcast. You've all heard him.
Critically acclaimed #1 podcast in the world about video games.
Congratulations, by the way, on your streaming nomination. I heard you guys got a streaming nomination.
Well,
Congratulations.
Going to the streamies.
We've been getting so many awards. I don't even care anymore. I'm totally jaded already on the awards for the podcast. So I'm just going to be totally honest here, guys. We actually discussed this in the past. We did a little discussion, and it was lost.
I wanted to blow the cover on that.
It was lost,
Dang.
okay? I don't remember any of it, though.
I remember all of it, so I'm going to be fairly disappointed throughout this entire thing. So
Yeah.
Okay, well.
It was a 45-minute discussion.
I don't remember what you guys said to
lost
me.
The whole thing.
I don't remember what you guys said to me 10 minutes ago, so I certainly don't remember what you said to me in March of 2015, okay? Don't flatter yourselves.
Was it March, really? It was that long?
It was a long time ago.
I remember it.
Why do you remember things? Stop doing you, Dan.
I remember what you said about Tiana, and I got really offended, and I thought it was very racist. I remember that.
No.
Probably because it was.
Okay, they're both
I'm
lying.
pretty sure
They're
you
lying.
said something racist.
Oh, I remember one thing. I remember one thing from our discussion is that you guys like the Disney princesses that don't talk. So you want to talk about controversial opinions? We'll talk about that, you little jerks.
All right, well, we'll get to that.
All right, we'll kick it off. We're gonna kick it off here with the most iconic Disney princess.
I think it's plenty kicked. We can probably just begin.
So Cinderella. Let's kick it off with Cinderella. I would rate her very high. So the rating system is going to be out of 4 stars, okay? I'm going to give Cinderella 3 stars.
Out of 4?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's a very high score. She's the
Are we allowed to give different ratings for different iterations of the princess if it was still part of the Disney princess line?
Oh my god. No. Just
What?
What do you mean? There's one version of the Disney princess.
No, there's not. There's Cinderella from the animated film, who's maybe like a 2.5.
Oh my
She's
God.
cute, but like nothing special. Then there's Lily James from the live action version
No,
of Cinderella.
no. We're not
This is
going
what
into
happens
that
when you
lore.
bring me on with Dan, buddy.
No.
We're going to do this. Yes, Lily James
Who-
is a clean 3.5 out
It's
of 4.
the animated version of the. Why do you always have to complicate things?
It's not complicated. They're both canon versions.
No, we're not, because you
Cinderella.
just want to talk about Amy Adams again.
No, well, we're getting to her too. We're gonna get to Giselle, but we're not talking about it right now.
No.
We're talking about Cinderella.
The animated version of Cinderella from the classic film. Okay,
All
I'm
right.
giving her 3 out of 4 stars.
Why?
We both love shoes. I think the glass slipper thing's kind of hot. Although, when you think about it, that would break the second she stepped on it, and then her foot would be all bloody and
No, glass is hard.
not when you're stepping on it. And she was running out of the ballroom, so she would have broke that for sure.
Yeah, it would have definitely shattered on all over her foot.
And then I would
but-
just be spending the nights giving her foot massages, which I think is kind of hot and cute. So maybe I would like that after all. So I'm gonna say yeah.
I do like her hair. Her hair is pretty on point. Not her hair like when she's like a wench, like cleaning the floor, but when she's actually like a princess and it's up
Like
in
a
that
bun?
bun
Like
thing.
it's bunned up?
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks pretty good like that. I'm not gonna lie.
I think I do dig the hair bun as well on a princess. Dan, what are your
Yeah.
thoughts?
I don't know. I'm just going to wait until teacher calls on me.
Well, you're being called on right now. Cinderella.
Oh,
rate her
damn it.
rate her out of 3 out of 4 stars.
Not for me, out of 10.
Okay, so you're not even gonna give her
Wow.
you're not even gonna consider her. Okay.
Nah.
You never gave her a rating, Roger.
I didn't?
No.
All right, well, if it's just the animated one, the more we talked about her, even though we only talked for like another 60 seconds, I'm going to say she's a 3 out of 4, too.
Okay.
She's pretty good.
She's like the most iconic princess. If you're gonna go after a princess, you go for that, and that's like the Rolls Royce of princesses right there.
Yeah. I just Google searched Cinderella while we're talking, and actually she is pretty fine. So I'm going to bump that up to a 3.5.
All right, so you and I got a fist fight to see who gets to marry her.
That's fine.
All right, moving on to Princess Aurora, aka Sleeping Beauty. Anybody got any horrible comments about Princess Aurora?
Wrong race.
Wrong gender and race.
She's the bad race. Yucky.
Aurora, Princess Aurora, by the way, is one of the princesses that Jocelyn portrayed. Jocelyn.
Is that supposed to sell me on it? Where are you
For
going
those of
with
you,
this?
for those of you who don't know, if you don't listen to the Fruit Salad podcast, Jocelyn is an ex-girlfriend of Joshy.
Yes, this is true. I dated royalty at one point, Dan.
We have a narrator now. That's pretty cool.
I think that works. I think that'll come in very handful with our nonsense.
Once upon a time, Joshy was a racist.
No.
Oh, never mind. Still
when
is.
we get to Tiana, I'm giving her 4 stars just to prove this wrong.
well, does that...
Mulan is still getting 0 stars though, so we'll get to that later.
Wow.
Princess Aurora, she's not really in her film a lot, by the way. Like that's really Sleeping Beauty is really more about the prince.
She's kind of conked out for most of
so there's not
the
a
movie.
lot going on there to really like personality-wise get to. I mean, she's attractive. I like the princessy atmosphere she extrudes from her pores. But
She's got like a resting smug face.
I like that.
She does.
Wait, a rusty smug face?
No, a
Resting
resting
smug face.
Oh.
Like if you look at her face, not when she's sleeping, but when she's like talking to people, she's got this thing where like one eyebrow's always higher, and she's kind of looking at you like you're saying something to me right now, but I'm not really listening.
Mr. Elsa himself is talking about her
No,
resting
but hey,
smug face.
hey,
Yeah,
hey,
she just
listen.
cannot believe you're walking in here with a fake Vuitton bag. She just cannot believe your shit.
So is nobody going after Aurora here? Are we all kind of agreed that there's not much to go on?
I'm waiting for the good ones.
Okay.
So
Okay, well, Aurora, nobody's really too moved by. This is
She's middle of the road. She's like a 2.
Yeah, her
2
big
out of
problem
4.
is like I don't even know what she is because her movie's about the prince and not her actually.
And Maleficent too.
Yeah. That's the thing.
that was good.
Yeah.
Maleficent, I would go after way more than Aurora. That's hot as heck.
Is this Maleficent animated Maleficent or Angelina
Give me
Jolie
any of the
Maleficent?
Maleficent. I'll take any of them because I feel like she would just really put me in my place, and I need to be with a woman that's going to do that. I need to be just bossed around and told how stupid I am. That's why I'm friends with you two. I'm settling.
All right. Well.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to Belle from Beauty and the Beast. I'm just gonna say it right now. Belle is 4 out of 4 stars to me. I think she's incredibly hot. I like her.
Wait, she's what?
She's 4 out of 4 stars for me.
Oh, okay. I thought you said 4 out of 10, and then went on to say how hot she is.
No, it's a 4-star rating system. She is like Jocelyn in Disney animated form to me. Jocelyn.
For someone who is apparently over this ex-girlfriend, Jocelyn,
Roger, you're gonna get
about her a
kicked
lot.
off of this discussion.
True, he might not love Jocelyn, but still inside his heart, he wants her so.
Dan actually wants Gaston. We'll get to that in a second.
Oh, well.
He's projecting. It's all right.
Okay, listen. So Belle, is perfection to me. That's like I might rate her as my favorite. She's smart, but I like that she can see somebody for who they really are. Like the Beast is this beastly, angry jerk, but she sees beyond that and sees who he really is. And I feel like that's definitely a quality in a woman that I'm
A murderer.
But I feel like
Oh, you're not just terrible. You're a terrible murderer. This is much better.
Belle's got all sorts of baggage, and I love that. Clearly. Why would you go after somebody that's clearly just insane? But that's what I need.
Sure.
Like, I feel like I need a woman who is going to be not looking at my tweets. Look past the angry tweets that Josh makes.
Hang on, what?
If you follow my Twitter, you'll know that I can be kind of a jerk. And I need a woman that's going to be like, yeah, but what's beyond the jerk? What's beyond...
Isn't there like Angry Joshy or something? Didn't you put them all behind like a paywall on a different Twitter?
I put them on another Twitter, and I just am too lazy to log in.
Good old Dark Josh.
I need Belle to
Dark
fall in love with
Joshy,
Dark
there you go.
Joshy. Yeah. So, anyways, Roger, Belle, what are you thinking?
I like Belle, but I don't know. There's still a couple I like more than Belle, so I'm going to give her a 3.5. But I agree with everything you said. I think she's cute. I think she's smart. She's spunky. Mm-hmm. She has some great songs. Mm-hmm. And the only 0.5 off I'm taking off is because at one point in her life she met Gaston. And anyone who has ever actually met Gaston immediately goes down in my book. So.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
There, funny little side story. In the Gaston's Tavern at Disney World, there is obviously a bunch of like fake animal heads on the wall, like because he's a hunter, you know. And there's a really, really tiny little deer head that's like the size of your fist on the wall. And it, for some reason, really cracked Dan up all the time. Like,
oh, man, it critted me. Because I was like, hang on, who would go out into the woods and shoot this tiny little dog deer and be like, hell yes, and bring it home and like put it up on their wall. Look at this baby-ass deer I got today, honey. There it is.
I will say, though, while we're talking about Belle, and I know we're kind of trying to stick to the animated versions, but I will say Belle would probably be the lowest rated on this list if we were going by her Once Upon a Time incarnation, because God, that character is dumb on that show. Belle on Once Upon a Time is an idiot.
Why would she be an idiot?
Everything that Belle stands for. That's just how they made her on the show. Don't ask me, ask the showrunners.
In the film, in her animated film, she's like one of the smarter princesses who's like into reading and...
She's dumb. She gets tricked by Captain Hook. She falls in love with Rumpelstiltskin. She's stupid on Once Upon a Time.
Okay.
Her actress is beautiful, though. Her actress is a 10 out of 10. But her Once Upon a Time incarnation is pretty darn low on the list.
Okay. Next up on the Dan, Belle.
You can deposit those bells right in the bank.
So that's a no. You have no interest in Belle.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna find out. I have no memory of what your favorite princess would be, Dan. Like, so I'm really excited to know what it's. I don't remember anything that you guys ever say.
Remember?
Good.
So we're moving on to, okay, this is where things are going to get a little wonky. Alice from Alice in Wonderland. Now, I know she's not a Disney princess, but some of these on the list are not. We're going to talk anyways. Obviously, Alice is like 13 years old, so things can get weird here, but we're going to pretend Alice is 18.
All right.
We're imagining Alice as an 18-year-old. Or just, you know, her character in general. What's appealing about her character? Alice is on, like, top tier for me, because I think the whole movie is just amazing and creative and stuff. I like that she's very curious about things. I like her clothing, the colors and stuff.
The colors and stuff.
Yeah, I like the blue and the white colors together. Somebody bail me
That's
out
probably
here.
why you like Cinderella, too.
Somebody say words. Could somebody
I'm
say
talking
words
about a
for me real
13-year-old
quick?
animated character. Can somebody...
Right, that's why I'm not saying anything, because what you're saying is wrong. So
Okay. Alice at the parks is at least, like, in her early 20s, all right?
I'll say this. Alice, when she turns 18, or if she is 18,
Yeah.
like, I feel like if you ever wanted to experiment with drugs, she'd be your princess to go to. You know, she probably has some crazy LSD. I don't know what's inside those little cakes that she eats to grow big and grow small, but I'm sure it's some type of product that Ricky Cocaine put together.
Okay.
I think ultimately she would be a 0.5 out of 4 for me, because I feel like she would probably end up in rehab, and I don't want to deal with
Not with
that,
a good boyfriend/husband, Roger. Are you not up to the challenge?
I'm not. No, there's other princesses that I'd rather be spending my time with. So.
Hey. I would probably give her 3 out of 4 stars.
You would, Jared.
I do go to Subway a lot, you know. Might be something in the bread, actually.
Jesus. Yeah, I think Alice is cool.
Yeah.
She gets like a 8.5.
Okay, well, it's out of 4 stars.
Okay.
So
An 8.5
now
out of 4.
who's the creep? I like her so much I gotta break the rating system.
Where's she live now?
I also like her accent. Her voice is good. Her
Yeah, she's got a good whispery.
Her voice is
essence
definitely
happening.
her voice is definitely good.
Her voice
I'll give
is
you
the
that.
same voice actress as Wendy.
I never liked Wendy, so
Okay. Wendy we won't go to because we've kind of had our feel of underage princesses. You know, we're going to try to keep this as normal as possible. Wendy's cool. No, I don't know. Wendy's not really that cool. She's kind of a know-nothing character.
yep.
Like, she doesn't...
Wendy?
In Peter Pan, she doesn't really do much. She's...
Peter,
Yeah, she's just kind of there along for the ride.
Peter, where are you, Peter?
Jane is awful in Peter Pan Return to Neverland. I hate her.
I don't even know who that is or what that is.
So she's just basically the new Wendy for the sequel, and her whole gimmick is that she doesn't believe in fairies or like imaginative stuff, And she keeps that going through the whole film, even though 80% of the film she's like in Neverland and flying around and talking to Tinkerbell. But she's still like, I don't believe in fairies. It's like, there's one in front of your face, you dumb idiot. So she gets like, she gets negative.
You said
points.
Tinkerbell, so is Tinkerbell on this list?
We can do Tinkerbell. Yeah, I think Tinkerbell's of age.
Yes.
She's just very small.
Yeah, Tinkerbell's definitely of age.
Yeah.
And she's super attractive. And
this is where it's going to get controversial.
Also definitely a princess.
More so than Alice. Alice is like some lowly baker's daughter who takes drugs. Like, that's Alice in Wonderland.
I might marry Alice
Tinkerbell's
one day,
a
and
fairy
I'm really
princess.
offended by you talking about my future wife like this, Roger.
I'm sorry, dude. Tinkerbell is an easy 5 out of 5.
Tinkerbell's great.
4 out of 4. 10 out of 10. She's sexy. She's got a great look about her. She's funny. She's spunky. She has a great singing voice. Tinkerbell is always pretty in the parks. Always.
Singing voice?
Well, if you've ever seen the Tinkerbell movies. The actual Tinkerbell.
No. We're counting like official, original Tinkerbell.
Those are official. Walt Disney Company presents Tinkerbell is definitely a real thing.
No, but I mean, this is what we talked about.
Secret of the Wings.
This is where I'm going to get annoyed with Roger. And Dan,
the
probably.
Pirate Fairy?
I'm pre-annoyed with Dan. But Tinkerbell is way, way better when she doesn't talk. When they gave her the generic pretty girl voice, her character went down into the dumps.
I don't know. I like Tinkerbell.
This is so funny because you went on and on and on me for how when I was saying I thought Ariel
we're gonna get
was
to that.
cooler when she was a mute, and you're like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Is.
Tinkerbell, for example. Now, see, I liked her a lot better when she didn't talk. And then I was like, well, wait a second. You just went off for 10 minutes talking about how stupid that is, and then you copied the same... Oh, wait, it's Josh Thomas. This all makes sense now.
We're gonna get to you in a second, little man, so you wait.
I'm so tired of hearing that.
Tinkerbell is 4 out of 4 stars.
Third time today I've heard that.
Agreed. Yeah, Tinkerbell's definitely a 4 out of 4.
I think what I like most about her is that she's kind of snooty and like gets angry. She tries to kill Wendy because she's jealous. I want that. Why don't girls try to kill each other over me? That's all I want in a woman.
Just say it. That's better.
That's a very, very attractive thing to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she was designed to be like one of the first Disney females that was like not really skinny, and she's kind of got like a little bit of a butt. And as you guys know, Joshy likes the booty. Mm-hmm. The only problem is she's very small, so it is still like a small butt, but in different scale.
She's got fairy dust, so she can sprinkle it on her and become human size, man.
Well, or she can make me her size. It doesn't matter. Either way works.
Yeah,
this is getting into some real DeviantArt waters. Let's go to the next one.
All right, next one is Jasmine from Aladdin.
Ooh, that's a good choice.
She's a very top-tier princess. Whenever I talk to people about what the prettiest princesses are, and I do that a lot, strangers on the street, in fact, I ask. There's always Jasmine. That's like Nick's favorite princess is Jasmine. He's not here, but I'll speak on behalf of him. I don't know. Jasmine's kind of attractive.
That's a cool hangout place.
Yeah, she's got a lot of money.
The castle.
Castle?
Yeah. Well, like with the tiger too.
Dan wants to date Jasmine because she's got rich parents. Is that what you're saying, Dan? Dan?
I was like, did he die? Like, what happened to this guy?
The truth came out, and Dan couldn't take it. I wish you could have saw my face when I was looking at you and saying, Dan, because I was like, oh, what's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Tiger got your tongue?
Ooh.
I don't know. I'd give Jasmine probably 2 out of 4 stars. She's not bad, but she's not something that stands out for me.
Yep.
Roger?
In agreeance.
I think she's like a 3. I think she's 3 out of 4 for me. I think she's 3 out of 4.
I don't remember a single thing like she did besides have a tiger.
She's pretty headstrong. She's smart.
Yeah? Well,
she's spunky.
like what did she do, though?
She has a beautiful singing voice. She's got a great body. She has good taste in fashion. She's rich. I mean, what's not to like?
Well, I feel like she wouldn't like me, so we're moving on. She didn't like Aladdin, and he was a prince, so I don't really stand a chance.
Well, he wasn't, though. He was a street
prince. She thought he was a prince.
A scoundrel. Take that.
She thought he was a prince.
He's just a thief.
I think she should have went after Genie. I thought that's what the plot twist was going to be.
Oh, God.
Could you imagine? I can't even. All right, we're going to move on.
All right, let's move on. We're getting into... Well, I'll mix these up. All right, let's go to Tiana.
Okay, good.
This, by the way,
I don't even know what that is.
I'll just say it. Black Princess, Dan. She's from The Princess and the Frog.
How do you feel about that one then?
I think she's kind of boring compared to a lot of the other princesses. Her main thing is she wants a restaurant. And it's like, okay, cool, but that's not a Disney princess thing. Like, that's what your ambition is? You want to build a restaurant.
So you're saying you don't want New Orleans beignets every morning when you wake up covered in honey. Really? That's not like an appealing breakfast to you in bed?
I don't like honey.
What?
I like honey flavor, but I don't like honey straight up.
You don't like honey?
Mm-mm.
What?
And didn't she kisses a frog, doesn't she?
Yeah, but like she, again, has an awesome singing voice.
She kisses a frog.
She's got great songs.
I want to give a shout out to Tyler, by the way, from Disney Interactive. He's obsessed with Tiana.
Oh, I thought you were referring to that same Tyler.
No, Tyler. I thought Tyler's obsessed with Dr. Facilier. I didn't think he's obsessed with Tiana.
I see him tweeting a lot about Tiana.
I got friends on the other side.
There is some good music in that movie, but this is a Disney
yeah.
princess review, not a movie review. So
fair enough.
I do like the alligator in that. Anytime I love dumb alligators. That's maybe why I hang out with you two. Dan is definitely a dumb alligator.
I see myself as a penguin.
Okay.
I'm a penguin.
All right. This is gonna be a quick one. Snow White. Does anybody care at all about Snow White?
Nope.
I guess not.
I mean, she doesn't do much. Even at Disney parks, she's like one of the few princesses that they're like, oh yeah, you can walk around outside. Like all the other princesses are indoors, like for security reasons, but she's like one that actually ventures outside a lot more than others. Because like even Disney's like, nobody really cares. Just go out. Yeah, go outside. Yeah. Snow White. We don't mind.
And once again, to loop it back around to the alternate versions of Snow White, live action Snow White and Once Upon a Time started off really awesome, and now is one of the most grating characters on the show. So because of that reason, Snow White is in my lower tier.
Okay. I don't want to fight. There's gonna be so many arguments where I'd be like, honey, where were you? You were hanging out with those 7 men again? Because it's like 10 o'clock at night. What were you doing with them? Do you really need to hang out with 7 other men? I think that's...
You know what she was doing.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like, I'm the only man she needs, but she's going to hang around with the dwarfs all the time still. And it's like, what is going on there?
Yeah.
You know what's going on.
Don't make me think of it, Dan. Merida is the next one. Now, the funny thing about Merida from Brave, by the way, Dan, curly red hair, big curly red hair. There's a lot of controversy around her because originally... she was meant to be like the anti-Disney princess by being like all like boyish and tomboyish and stuff. And then at one point Disney kind of did like a redesign of her in like a 2D art style, and like it was like this big thing where people were like, oh, they made her pretty. She's not the way that she should be anymore. They Disney princessed her. And I think even like the movie's like original producer or something was complaining about it.
Yeah, it's true. Honestly, I kind of liked the redesign. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah,
I thought the redesign looked kind of good.
I don't know.
Because she retained the rounded features of her face.
Yeah.
They just made her look like more normal. Because when you're a CG character next to all these 2D characters, they obviously had to make it doesn't transfer exactly the right way.
Yeah.
So they had to like change her a little bit. But I thought she looked fine.
There was like feminists complaining that they made her skinny. They made her skinny like every Disney, but no, they didn't.
They didn't though. What are you talking about?
No, I even took
exactly the same proportions.
Yeah, I took the 2D picture and literally went into Photoshop and lined it up with like the 3D model picture they had next to it. It's literally the same waistline, and she had like the round, chubby face.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just had like a sparkly gown on. Like, how is that? That makes no sense. I'm glad you said it first because I think she is. They did improve her with the update.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dan, nothing.
Yeah.
I'd hang out with Merida for sure.
I actually have.
I think she'd be like really cool to like hang out with.
Do some archery.
Yeah, she's. I mean, there's cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's not one that I would date or marry. She'd definitely be a friend zone.
Yeah, me and her'd be playing Link's crossbow training in Wii Sports Resort all day. So.
Ooh, on Woohoo Island with Merida. All right, now this is getting tempting.
Sounds fun. If you could change
Linkle,
your fate,
what are you doing here?
Link, oh my boy, Linkle. There's a 4 out of 4. There you go.
Oh my god. Yeah, so I'd give Merida like a 2 out of 4 stars. I don't even know if we're remembering to keep up the rating. If we miss it, we miss it. If we mention it, we mention it. Oh boy, now this is where things really get taken down. Dan, are you ready for this? Elsa from Frozen.
4 out of 4.
Yay!
He's,
Dan, you're Dan was
you
my
little
friend.
liar! Don't you dare
I
team
knew
up against
Dan
me on
was
that.
my friend.
Sorry, Josh, you're on your own there.
I'll start, and then Roger, you can have the last word on this one. I think
Fine,
Elsa
fine.
is snotty. She's self-centered. She doesn't care about anyone else. I think her music and her singing is overrated. And any movie that takes place in the winter nonstop is pretty evil as far as I'm concerned. I would never date her. She's always cold and like freezing. How are you going to snuggle with Elsa? You'll freeze. There's no snuggling. There's no cuddling. There's just her being snotty and not caring about you. Roger.
Okay, can I just say something crazy?
Well, never stopped you before.
All right, here we go.
Oh God, he's clearing his throat.
Oh man, he's reloading for this one.
All my life I thought that Joshy would say stupid things.
Oh God.
But then I heard you rate Elsa so bad.
This is not good.
What you said to me right now is making me upset. And I really don't want to get upset and don't want to be mad. All right, here's the that's the best.
You've been waiting to do that. How long have you had that?
No, that's actually the best I could do for like 10 seconds of rewrites. I'll say
Defend
this.
your woman.
I am. First and foremost, all right? She only gets cold when she uses her ice powers.
Yeah,
so
right.
if you're cuddling with her, you're not going to be cold. That's a very stupid thing.
She wakes up in the middle of the night and she has a tight night chair and she slaps you and you get frozen.
No. Two,
Yeah.
she absolutely cares about other people from herself. That's the whole reason she secludes herself and lets it go and goes inside of her castle during Frozen. And Anna has to convince her, because Elsa loves them so much, to say, listen, Anna, I can't. I love you too much. I don't want to be a danger to you or a threat to you. You go on and live your life. She's selfless. She's not self-centered. She's selfless. She's got a beautiful singing voice. Let It Go is one of the greatest songs of our generation. She has the best color scheme of any Disney princess, with the dark blue dress leading up to the light blue. And her Frozen Fever green and pink dress is incredible. And I saw someone cosplay as her at the last C2E2, and I almost lost my damn mind. Elsa is a 4 out of 4. Easily tied with Tinkerbell for me as my favorite Disney princess.
Well, let me say this. Have you ever seen how terrible the Elsas are in the parks? I have yet to see a good
I
Elsa
agree with
at
you.
Disney parks.
I've seen one good Elsa, and it was during the Paint the Night Parade at Disney.
So it was
Otherwise,
dark,
I've
in
not
other
seen
words,
one
so you
good.
didn't get a good look at her.
I mean, I was front row. So I mean, I saw her pretty clearly. I thought she looked pretty good.
Dan, I mean, you're the tiebreaker here.
Yay! Dunk Elsa.
Oh, Roger, I'm sorry. She's all yours. Nobody else wants her.
Well, he just said 4 out of 4. He can't take back what he said and try to make you feel better
This is
by
official.
going on your side.
Listen,
Yeah,
you have to
well-
watch what you say here, because...
Yeah, the judges have already transcribed it. It's
All right,
over.
well, all right.
Okay, we're going to move on to her sister, Anna. I think Anna is way better. I think Anna is way cuter. I think she's more attractive. She's got more personality. She cares about people a lot more. And, yeah, Anna even has some pretty nice mittens. I'll say it. I like Anna's mittens. Yeah, those mittens do it for me. Nothing like a princess in mittens.
Except for a prince in mittens. Since the mittens are what does it for you,
If
apparently.
something's got mittens, I'm smitten.
You're smitten with mittens.
I didn't think I would be able to pull that joke off, but I think I did it well, right, guys? Guys?
I think so. I
Guys?
think you pulled it off.
Pulled it off of what?
A kitten, maybe? A smitten mitten kitten, maybe?
Yep. Anna. Oh. I'd take Anna over Elsa any day. Elsa would be nothing but a headache to me.
I like
to be
Anna
fair,
too.
they're both a dang headache.
Yeah.
What? No, they're not.
Well, not so much Anna. What's a headache about Anna?
Did you watch Frozen?
Of course.
Move on.
Don't lie. Don't lie. Yes, you did. You watched Frozen with me. What are you talking about?
I like to keep it a mystery as to whether or not I've seen Frozen. That's what I...
Well, just seeing her whole demeanor of how there's this huge frozen cliff, and she's like, "Yep, it's a good idea," and she just
wait
starts
a minute.
scaling it with no clue what she's
that
doing.
sounds like me.
Yeah. So just imagine
Dangerous.
trying to do
I'm
that.
just gonna.
It's impossible.
I'm gonna throw this out here right now, even though it's slightly unrelated, but sort of related to what Dan just said. Dan would never go to the beach at night with me because he was scared, and he always makes fun of me that I'm a lunatic for wanting to go on the beach at night because he thinks.
Why? Why would you not go to the beach at night?
Yeah, Dan.
Are you stupid?
At Daytona.
He thinks we would get stabbed.
Daytona!
And so now that you're saying Anna jumps off of cliffs and just says, it's a good idea, I think maybe I relate to her quite a bit.
Oh, there you go.
Her jumping off of cliffs is my going to a beach at night. So we're going to move on from the Frozen nonsense. And
Wait, no, but I didn't get to rate
okay,
Anna.
rate
What?
Anna.
It's my favorite movie.
You like Anna more than Elsa?
I like her as much as Elsa.
Oh,
yeah.
Well.
I like Anna a lot more than Elsa.
like
Elsa's
them the
the
same.
villain of Frozen.
Yeah, that's another thing. She was supposed to be a villain, Roger. You know this, right?
I know. I'm well aware, Josh.
They forgot to
I
make
also
her.
like Anna.
They forgot to stop her from being a villain in the script, though. They forgot to change that.
No. You know what? I'm not now. Okay, now we can move on because now you're just being a troll. But I like them both. And Kristen Bell is beautiful, and she does a great job as Anna. And yeah, both of them are great.
I don't
So,
like
Anna
how
and Elsa.
they have them like really. Elsa and Anna's like chemistry towards each other. Disney overdoes it to where it gets to be really creepy.
It's not creepy, believe me.
Oh, it's creepy. Believe me. Have you seen?
What do you
Hashtag
mean?
Elsana.
You've been to the Paint the Night parade. You know how weird their dialogue is amongst each other.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Elsa, I'm so glad to be sharing this with you. And it's like, wait a minute. What is going on here between these two? They're sisters. What is happening?
They love each other.
Oh,
Come on,
yeah.
they're sisters and they love each other.
Listen, Dan's like a brother to me, but I've well,
Yeah, Josh and
I was
I
gonna
are
say-
in love, and we don't talk like that.
all right, let's move on to, this is a weird one, but I actually really like her. Jane from Tarzan.
Oh, yeah. That's a good
Yeah,
one.
I think she's actually really visually attractive. That's about it, but she's another one of those she,
Well, it's like with pretty much all the previous ones, like I barely remember them having like a personality at all. But I feel like she really had a personality and like had to deal with stuff and
yeah.
I don't know.
Which is weird because that's not really one of the most popular Disney films. So it seems like the
For good reason.
more personality
For
they
good
give a
reason.
character.
I think Brendan Fraser disagrees.
Wait, he's in Tarzan?
I don't remember.
George.
Yeah, I think you're thinking.
There we go. Same thing.
You're thinking of George of the Jungle.
That's my favorite Disney prince, Brendan Fraser.
He's also my favorite feature on a theme park attraction.
Just mummy my face up.
Roger, what are your thoughts on Jane, if any?
We'll move on.
Okay.
Oh, damn. Savage.
Jesus. Wow. Okay. Esmeralda.
Ooh.
Who's that? Is that from
I didn't know
Is that
we
from
were
the
including
Hunchback
her.
of Notre Dame?
Oh man.
Where is she from, Roger?
She's from the land of the gypsies from Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Thoughts on her? She's dating a freak. I don't want to have anything to do with her.
She's not. First off, she's not dating a freak.
Well, we don't know that.
She straight up friend zones Quasimodo in that movie. If you watch that movie, she straight up friend zones him and then goes for Phoebus, who charges the royal guard. And in the real version of Hunchback of Notre Dame and the Broadway version of Hunchback of Notre Dame that Disney put out, Esmeralda dies. Spoiler alert. And she doesn't die
I was
in the
gonna
actual
go
animated
see
movie.
that this weekend, Roger.
No, I'm sorry. But yeah, Esmeralda, funny story about Esmeralda. When I was a kid, that movie had just come out on my second trip to Disney World, and I went with my parents, and apparently, my parents could not get me to stop asking to go see Esmeralda during, like, the breakfast brunch or whatever near the animated studios. And then I finally met her, and I apparently, like, didn't say anything. I just handed her my book, and I was blushing, and she was dancing with me, and I think she was, like, my first real-life Disney princess crush. So, actually, her and another person who we haven't mentioned yet on this list, who is also a 4 out of 4.
Okay.
I have 5 4 out of 4s. Esmeralda's one of
Oh,
them.
wow. Yeah, I have no
Yeah.
opinion on her at all, other than I have no opinion. No stars for me, just because she evokes nothing inside of me.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really remember her at
Yeah.
all.
Look up the girls who play Esmeralda in the park, or I mean, are friends with Esmeralda in the park.
I don't
My
think
boy.
she's there anymore.
My boy! She is
I'm
there.
pulling up the Esmeralda folder in my mind, and I'm just getting the Dream Suite, Keeper of Animal
Well,
Crossing.
good enough, yeah. That's Luna, but same thing, yeah. I don't think she's at the parks anymore, Roger, so you're the love of your life.
She definitely is at the parks. So
Where?
she's at Disneyland. I know she's at Disneyland. A couple of my friends saw her a couple weeks ago.
I've
I know
not
she's
seen
there.
her. She hides very well then. Okay, we're coming to the end. We've only got, like, let's see, 4 more princesses. Rapunzel.
From Tangled? That one's pretty good.
Yeah, she's really good.
Good movie and good princess.
She's very spunky, very, very energetic. She likes to keep a diary and a journal and draw things. I like the hair, although it's a bit much, to be honest with you. By about 12 feet, if I'm being honest with you. So I don't like the hair is what I'm saying. No, I hate what she does at the end, where she cuts it real short and it's brown.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just, yeah. I try to stop the movie before it gets to that part. It's really unappealing. Which is weird, because every time they draw her, she always has the very long, cursed hair. Like whenever there's promotion.
Yeah, it's very strange.
They never...
That even post-Tangled, in all the merchandise, she still has like the long blonde hair.
Yeah,
it's
they never
strange.
merchandise her as the short brown hair. And rightfully so.
She looks cuter. Yeah, she looks cuter with the blonde hair,
that's kind of... I don't know. That's kind of a spoiler endgame kind of final form thing. I don't think they really do that.
Form.
Do they?
No, they really don't.
Yeah. This is not even her final
I just
form.
imagine like a boss battle in Kingdom Hearts where it's like, now you'll see my true form. And she takes like a keyblade and just cuts off all her hair, and then she gets like heartless eyes.
She pulls the ripcord on her scrunchie and it just explodes.
When will my? She's just screaming, "When will my life begin? When will my life begin?" I see the light.
I was gonna say
it's your death.
I totally forgot what I was gonna. Oh my god! I was gonna make just pretend I made a witty observation about Rapunzel, guys.
All right.
That won't be too hard for me.
But yeah, she's great, and she's also voiced by Mandy Moore, and I have had a long time huge crush on Mandy Moore.
There you go.
So yeah, Mandy Moore's like one of the few pop stars that was not like totally controversial either. Like Christina Aguilera would come out and like literally wearing nothing except for like smiley face stickers on her nipples.
Yep.
Whereas Mandy Moore was always like more like pleasant and seemed like a good person.
Well, that's why you like Rapunzel and I like Esmeralda. Okay. That's where we differ, my friend.
Well, you like Esmeralda because she was the first one to ever get you excited in the boy parts when you were little.
Heyo.
Isn't that...
Topsy-turvy!
Yeah, but Rapunzel's great. Pocahontas. I've got a lot to say about Pocahontas.
This is pretty cool. Oh, well then kick it off.
So,
please don't let me get in your way.
I actually think you should start with this. I don't want your opinion to be tainted.
Pocahontas is pretty cool, period.
Okay, wow. Oh, boy. Hey, keep it easy. Come on. We got to, keep them short, Dan.
All right. I'll cut it shorter.
Take the period off of that.
Gross.
That's what I said to Pocahontas. Listen.
Hey.
So here's my thoughts. Pocahontas is hot and all, but living in nature would suck. Like, there's no way we're going to live in a house together. She's Pocahontas. She's all about nature. So it's like, being with Pocahontas would be a never-ending camping trip. Camping is like the first...
be like dating Ron Swanson.
It's like camping's great before you have to go to bed and you realize, wait a minute, I'm sleeping out here and I'm sweaty and there's bugs and all. That would be your life with...
Ew.
That would be your life with Pocahontas. Also, where do you poop? If I'm married to Pocahontas, honey, where are we gonna go poop?
In the woods.
You don't poop.
You paint with all the colors of the wind, my man.
Yeah, apparently.
You find a bush somewhere.
I get it. Yuck.
All right, so I've said my piece. I mean, I don't know, probably she's a little bit more she might be more manly than me, so I can't be with a Disney princess that's more manly than me.
10 minutes ago you were talking about your severe lust to be dominated as hard as possible, basically.
That was 10 minutes ago, and my mood has changed. Thank you. Roger, what are your thoughts on Pocahontas?
Oh, I like that she prefers canoes over kayaks. I think that's really cool.
Fan of the podcast.
I am indeed. So I like that about her. I think she's an idiot for choosing John Smith, a.k.a. anti-Semite Mel Gibson, over Kocoum, because I think Kocoum was a pretty cool guy. And then Kocoum ends up getting shot by future Batman Christian Bale when he plays Thomas, which is unfortunate. I don't know. I love her songs. I think she's like middle of the road. She's like 2 out of 4.
Yeah, but you got to think about your life with Pocahontas. What's that going to be like, Roger?
I think it'd be a never-ending journey, man. I think it'd be fun.
Oh, well.
Running, canoeing, swimming, swinging, hunting.
Yeah. Well, not hunting. She doesn't hunt.
I'd have like a little hummingbird pet, and then like a little raccoon pet, and I'd get rabies and stuff.
Hey,
It'd be awesome.
bring. Hey guys, it's me, Josh. Me and my wife Belle were just wondering if you guys wanted to use our toilet because you guys poop outside all the time and your butts are probably caked with poop. Isn't that romantic, guys?
Nah, we're already in the stream.
Now we
Hakuna
wash it in the
Matata,
river,
buddy.
exactly.
That's all you.
We wash in the river.
Belle, they said they wash their butts in the river. Can you believe it?
No, in the river. In the
She's
river.
in.
Not
Well,
the river.
you can yell. You can yell all you want. She's hanging out with us over here. She's enjoying the fresh air. She's a little sick of that murderer dungeon of a castle.
Exactly.
She's fine and happy with me, and even if she's not, I don't care because our final princess is the best of all, Ariel. I would give Ariel a 5 out of 4 stars. She'd be my number one, I think. Nautical. I mean, oh my God, a lady that's nautical. Give it to me in a 10-pack, and I'll eat it all up. Put it in a pudding cup and let me just lick it away.
Oh God.
I like her clothes. Obviously, I think it's pretty hot that she's a mermaid. I got a fantasy about a mermaid, and that fantasy involves marrying them and loving them. I like her hair.
That word, I don't think it means what you think it means.
I just like everything about her. I love that she's. I mean, obviously, I'm obsessed with the ocean and the beach and all that good stuff. It'd be a little hard if she was still in her mermaid form, because like I don't know how we're gonna stay in touch. If I could somehow turn into a merman, that would be the perfect thing.
You talk to Triton. She can hook that up.
There you go. We're moving in.
Yeah.
You've got to win him over though first.
Please, it's me, Dan.
Hey, Daddy. I've got this guy that I met, and I really like him. Oh yeah, let's meet
Hi.
this. And then just that dead-eye gaze
Well,
he
let's
gives
do it
you.
right now.
No,
Hi.
all he needs to do.
From this? You want to date this?
Yes, sir. Actually, I'm a really good guy. I'm a gentleman, and I'm in love with your daughter.
And whap, you just got Tritoned. You're a pilot.
Well,
See,
no.
Josh made a fatal mistake right here because he could have just lied and said he was a Jaws skipper,
Well,
and
that
I
was coming
guarantee
up.
you that would have won some brownie points. Well,
Oh,
he killed you already.
the line's right here, sir. Come right this way.
Shut up, you jerks. I'm marrying Ariel, and you're not invited to our awesome nautical wedding. So
That's fine.
deal with
All
it.
right.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to marry Elsa and Anna, and we're going to freeze your frickin' lake over. That's what
Well,
we're
we
gonna
don't
do.
live in a lake, so good thing that's...
Well, we're going to freeze your ocean.
Oh, you're going to
then.
freeze
Too
the
bad
ocean,
for
huh?
you.
I don't even think
Yeah.
Elsa could do that, sweet cheeks.
Elsa actually does that in Frozen.
No,
so.
she was lying when she did it, Roger.
She wasn't. I mean, it happened
It
in the
was
movie.
this- it was a
but I
special
agree with
effect.
you. Ariel's also top tier. Ariel's my 5th perfect scorer. I love Ariel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ariel like invented today's side swoopy hair fad
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
in like the 90s.
It's a
or
very
whatever.
good thing. Yeah, man.
But let's talk about the thing that Dan was really terrible about. This is the only thing I remember from the discussion. I commented that I think Ariel literally has the best Disney princess voice. I think Ariel's voice is just masterfully done. It is so like sweet, yet it's so sweet that it's sexy, which never really happens. There it is right now. Oh my God! Stop! You're turning me on, Roger.
Josh, that's actually Roger. We'll talk about that
Okay.
later.
Oh my God, this got awkward real quick. Dan said though that he liked Ariel more when she couldn't talk in the film.
Yes.
Explain your awfulness.
I thought that was a lot better seeing her express herself with like the animation of doing the body language and whatnot.
Oh no! If you say body language, you got to say it like Ursula. You got to say body language.
She says that? Is there a point when she says that?
Yeah, yeah. Ursula, she says because Ariel's like, how will I make Eric love me if I don't know my voice? And she's like, you don't need your voice. You can't forget about body language or whatever.
Oh, speaking of not needing voice.
All right, well that's that. That is us talking about all the Disney princess. I mean, we probably missed a few, but I think that's a pretty good list.
Mulan.
Yeah.
Okay, well, just you said missed a few, so I wanted to bring up the one we missed.
Okay. Which one is it? What is it, Roger?
Wow. No, it's Mulan. That's it.
Oh no, yeah, she was in the. Okay, I'm sorry, you cut out there for a second. She actually is in my list, but I skipped over her by accident.
By accident, sure.
Why are you laughing while you say by accident?
Man, we almost forgot to talk about Mulan, guys.
Whoops. Shuffles card
I don't
nervously.
like that she wants to be a man. I mean, I like femininity. and the whole like
She doesn't want to be a man. She has to be.
But you see, I don't think she does.
She's not like, oh boy, I'm getting into this. This is fan-tiddly-tastic.
Well, let me tell you why.
She's like,
if that's not good enough for you, she hangs around with a dragon that's voiced by Eddie Murphy.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's some points against
That's
right
big
there.
donkey points.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, that dragon ain't going nowhere but living with you in the bedroom because it can't do anything else for itself.
Yeah, let me check the current market value on donkey points. Ooh, not looking good.
Yeah, and then before you know it, Shrek's moving in with you and everything.
That does give you a direct in with Shrek.
And you don't want that, so Mulan is bad news.
This is my swamp.
Oh! God, that would be miserable. Living with Mulan as my wife and Shrek as our neighbor and our mailman as well. And then Eddie Murphy is our little dragon pet that won't shut up.
You missed two princesses, though,
Okay, but who? So Mulan I'm not too keen by.
So you missed one who's not technically a princess, but I count her, and that's Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Why in the world would you
doll
count
they
her?
sew up? Well, I mean, Jack Skellington is like one of the most iconic characters, and it's a Disney movie, so I think I should include Sally. I'm not going to rate her because she's an inanimate object who comes to life. I just thought we should bring her up.
Well, I am going to rate her 3 out of 4. I'm not above rating.
4 out of 4.
Wow!
Real
Yeah.
cool.
Her body parts fall. Okay, I'm going to try to keep this.
Yep, I'm into that dead puppet
Yep,
swag.
and her body
I'm into
falls
that.
apart. Think about this. She could be spanking you with her hands, and it's like, where
Okay,
are
yep,
her hands
thank
even-
you everybody for
That's
tuning in to the video. It's over. Josh is going to stop talking now.
But we have one other big one that we didn't talk about, and that
Who
is
is it?
Princess Leia.
No, oh, for God's sakes, I remember now yelling at you about this.
That's right.
Princess Leia is not a princess.
Okay.
She's a Leia. I give her nothing. I don't think she's anything to me.
I give her nothing.
I'd rather...
You lose! Good day, sir!
I would rather date Han Solo in Carbonite. I would rather date Jabba the Hutt's weird little monkey friend thing than Princess Leia.
Jar Jar Binks? Where's he
I'm
I
laughing
still
so
would
hard
rather date...
Because I know the dumb character's name just from work. Salacious Crumb.
Yeah, I knew Crumb. And he's always laughing. I would rather date him than
Salacious
Princess Leia. Not into those buns, the bun hairstyle. Get out of here.
Salacious.
Oh, God. Oh, this is totally unrelated, but I have to bring this up to you, Roger. They're making Tsum Tsums of Jabba the Hutt. I'm getting all of them.
Oh, we gotta get him.
That's going to be so good.
I've always wanted baby Jabba the Hutts. That's been a thing for me for several years.
Hang on, what? For what?
Well, I just think it'd be amazing. Like, Jabba the Hutt has babies, and there's these little sluggy Jabba the Hutt babies crawling around and making weird noises.
Okay, that's a different issue.
Didn't I Photoshop for you that one
did,
time
yeah.
Little Jabbas or
Little
whatever?
Jabbas.
Little Jabbas.
So I'm just going to bury myself in Jabba the Hutt Tsum Tsums.
Little Jabbas.
So that is our discussion of reviewing the Disney princesses. I would like to apologize to Tumblr and Anita Sarkeesian in advance. No, I wouldn't.
Sorkinson, you said it
Yeah,
wrong.
Dan calls her Anita Sorkinson. I don't know.
That's her name.
Sorkin.
Get it right.
Roger,
Like Aaron
where can people find your content?
They know where to find me.
They can find you at
know where to find me.
RogersBase everywhere on the internet.
Exactly. That's right.
Dan, if people don't want to find you,
I prefer nobody to contact
you can
me
follow
at all,
Dan.
ever
Please
again.
follow Dan at Dan Mox Gaming on Twitter.
And YouTube.
I want you guys to harass him. That is Dan Mox MOX Gaming. Is there any like space or underscore?
There's an underscore.
There's an underscore
I'm
between
pretty
what?
sure.
Dan Mox and Gaming?
No, before Dan Mox.
No, it's
not between them. That would
it's
be madness.
Dan Mox _ Gaming. Follow him and harass him every day, and do that to Roger as well.
I'm remembering why I was so against doing this again.
Because you had too much of a
Why?
good time.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, guys. Hey, keep it locked right here to the Bit Block for our continuation of the crazy 10 days of Disney content. We'll see you guys later.